Hi, it's me again. I wanted to respond to an email from my friend that, well, first, before we get into that, I wanted to show off my bounty here. Some of it. It's the first watermelon. There were 3 more out there. One of them split. The other 2 are like bowling ball size. Cantaloupe, this is actually the second one, but there's 3 more out there that are the bugs got, or I think a raccoon got one. And there's 2 that are still a little fuzzy, so we'll see what happens. But green beans, I've got 10 quarts of green beans there, 3 pints, then 2 days worth of pickings. They're slowing down now. Peppers, tomatoes. I've got one great tomato bush that is just, I've been giving them away, and this is 1 day's worth of pickings. And that was a slow day because this is like 2 days. I guess I'll be canning grape tomatoes. Spaghetti squash. I planted 5 thinking they wouldn't all germinate. Well, they did. So I've got, I think altogether I had 21. I've got 5 that I've already given away, and then there's 7 still down there attached to the vine, and there's like 6. Anyway, we ate 3 of them because they were little, and I wanted to make sure the little ones would taste the same. But anyway, my friend had said that the more red-pilled he gets, the more religious he gets, that he sees that we are in a religious war. I absolutely agree. Although I wouldn't say religious, simply for the fact that I don't ascribe to any particular religion. I would say I see the value in all of them, but some of what we're dealing with are people whose religion we don't understand whatsoever. And that's something I wanted to, when I first tried to make this response, I had read the title of the article that I sent you. Now this one is similar. This is at Technocracy. His executive order. This one gets into more about what that says. I was trying to find the number of that order. It's not listed anywhere, really. I didn't do a thorough search for it, but this explains more of what that's saying. But basically, these people want to catalog everything that's on this planet, living and non-living. You've got Yuval Noah Harari, who's talking about, hacking life, the hackable human, free will. That's a thing of the past. Surveillance under the skin. Some of the plans that they have for their megacities that will identify you from your bottom and analyze what you excrete. Seriously, nightmarish stuff. These people do not believe in anything spiritual, I guess, or at least they don't believe that we are on the same par with them, that, we're animals. I don't know where that comes from. There is a video that I was watching. I've said all along, David Whitehead is one of my favorite voices in this because he, as he says, he's a collector of experts. But there was a video I was watching yesterday that he did on Life Source channel, and it says it's 3 days old, but it's Deprogramming Cult of the Medics with David Whitehead. Now, there was something way back. He was reading a quote from Rumi. Now, Rumi was a Persian poet, they say. He was born in the year 1207. He was actually a Sunni Muslim. I know I should know the difference, and I've always wanted to take like a comparative religion type course because, this is what makes the world go round, is what various people believe, and the fighting among, you don't believe as I do, so you should die. Why are we still seeing this? I think we all, as Rumi said, he said, the truth was a mirror in the hands of God. It fell and broke into pieces, and each one got a piece and believed that theirs was the truth. Yeah, we all have a piece. No piece is any more or less important than anyone else's, but we all have a piece. So this whole thing that, you don't believe as I do, so do away with you. That is so wrong. Oops, I didn't mean to touch that. So, you know, the spiritual battle that we're facing with people, we need to know. The reason I'm suggesting that video is they get really into the symbolism and the groups that have steered all of this that are still around. Most of them haven't even changed their names. And the fact that they have a religion that's ancient, that they are still doing there. I mean, look at the pageantry that's going on right now over in England. And those are some of the most ritualistic people ever. And how they track back to thousands of years ago to those pharaohs. But people don't know how all this history led us up to now, because it's been twisted and shuffled. And I mean, it's trying to get a clear picture of who these groups were, how they've moved in the world, is what I've been obsessed with in the last 2 years. And I sent you that, well, the last time when I said, listen to Lee Merritt talking about the Khazarians. That's a big major piece. Who they were, what they've done. You know, the name stealers. These are the people, you know, they've made movies, and people need to pay more attention to movies because they tell you, and that's part of it, is people like, no, I saw that movie. Yeah, well, what's happening is so sci-fi. I mean, even the movies don't cover it. Surveillance under the skin. But video, and there's several others. Like I said, Josh Reed over at Red Pill Project, he and David, the night that the Queen died, or maybe the next day, they went into, it was over a 3-hour, every time those two get together, it's really long, but they go into the symbols and the history and all those things that it's important that we know. You know thy enemy. Well, part of that is also know thyself, and how they have, the whole study of psychology has been to figure out how to manipulate us. And because we don't know those things, they're able to get away with it. We need to educate ourselves, because the only reason that they're able to control us is because we're ignorant. So, as I've said, you know, I don't believe in any one religion. I think they all, except for, you know, this crazy stuff what they're doing, I think they all have a piece of the puzzle. And we need to learn. I keep trying to teach my boys. We are here to learn from one another. Now, the lessons may not always be good, and there are those people that you just cannot be around, so don't. You know, I know there's those people that want to fight just to fight, and get away from that. Fighting doesn't get us anywhere. It gets us right where we are. We have to communicate. We have to see what we have in common. And most of us have more in common than we'll ever have separate. And that's how they've led us to this place. And I had said to you once before, you know, what is it to exist on this planet that you have to compromise your soul? And I think it goes back to these people and the religions that they practice. First of all, most of them have compromised their soul so many times, they've lost total connection to it. You know, all these smiling faces that we see that are making all these dirty backroom deals. But on to, you know, the people that you can't be around. If you can't help them, at least don't harm them. You know, this, again, wishing death on someone who doesn't believe as you, that comes back on you. So it's no wonder that we're in the mess that we're in, because there is so much of that happening in the last it's always happened, but you can't go through a comment section on anything without somebody saying they wish somebody else dead. We've got celebrities. We've got politicians calling for, and they say we're the ones calling for violence. No, I don't agree with that, period. It doesn't get anything done. The non-aggression principle, what Show Me Baby talks about. And in fact, he did a video last night talking about the fact that the the semaphore that's being presented on the stages of that last rally with the black stars, what that means, the black flag, the fact that, you know, we are under law of war right now, and belligerent occupation. It's things that people need to know about that we don't. You can look up law of war, and there's a great big long manual, and I guess we should all know that. I think I'm going to put my boy on that. You know, there are things that they have practiced that are ancient that we don't know anything about, which has led us to here because of ignorance. My people perish for lack of knowledge. Boy, is that true. And that's playing out in every aspect of our lives right now. You know, our loved ones that have participated in this thing, believing that they were doing right, or just to be able to travel or work to provide for their families. I've been so blessed in the fact that, you know, well, and stupid in the fact that we're going through our savings, but what good is money going to be here really shortly? You know, trying to make provisions for when all of this is coming down. It's coming down. There's no choice in the matter. What they have done to the currencies around the world, and they want to come in with this, you know, digital thing, which all of us need to say, oh, hell no. Because it leads to surveillance under the skin. It leads to us literally being chattel. I mean, it's bad enough they think of us like that, but to literally be tagged and tracked and surveilled in every way possible, that's not human. And the people that are doing it, that's not human. So is this because these people have been inbred for generations after generations after generation to keep their bloodline clean? Maybe. I mean, there's so many maybes right now. I mean, because everything is so crazy at the moment. Batshit crazy. It's no wonder people what are you talking about? That's not happening. And you can show them everywhere what's going on if they will even look at it. But that's the thing about, again, the mass formation. Or Bezmenov says, you can show them all the information in the world and they still won't accept it. Some of them won't even see it when the boot's on their face. And that's what we're up against right now. But, you know, those of us that see it have to keep pushing on and fighting each other, which, you know, this system that we're on, the AI, whatever, you know, let me go way out here. You had said you saw a moose at the dog park in the enclosure. First of all, I can't imagine being enclosed with a freaked out large moose. But you said it was off topic. And I said, I think, personally, I looked up the symbolism of a moose, which is talking about strength and pride. I'll send you the thing. I didn't read all 10 of them. But, you know, if you pay attention, the universe talks to you. God, universe, whatever you want to call it. And I really do believe every time I've put one of these videos out, let it reach whoever it's supposed to. And I've been led to amazing people. You, Karen, thank you. You're awesome, lady. So many of the days where I'm like, all right, where the hell is that comment? You post something that's like, yeah, we got to go through this. There's a reason for it. Put me back on track. Get optimistic again, because we are at the changing of an age, and we have to go through this. The revealing of what was hidden. This is part of it. So, yes, spiritually, we are under attack in every which way. But if you pay attention to the little signs and symbols and the way the universe speaks, the way you're led to certain information, there are things much greater than we will ever understand at play here. So when we're doing what we're supposed to, when we're taking care of not just our own families, but knowing that people are going to be hungry soon, because we can't count on the farmers that we usually can. They're under attack too, so we need to do everything we can to support them. This is going to come down to, do you have a soul? And do you care about your fellow man, whether you have any kind of differences or not? And can you learn from each other? That's what we're here for. Yeah, there are those people that you just stay away from them. Don't waste your energy. But anyway, I'm out of time. Those are just my thoughts. Much love. It's going to get really bumpy from here. Hang in there.